I'm just about to start my workout for today. If you would like to join me, go ahead and grab a yoga mat because we are doing yoga today. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. I am not going to be doing a full tutorial before the workout today. I'm just going to do my best to talk you through the poses as we are going, but please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video. And you're going to watch me do it, so watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format or if you have questions about these poses, any doubts about how to do them correctly, please just ask. And I will do my best to help. I'm not a yoga instructor, but I'm always here to help if you have questions about the exercises that we're doing, or in this case today, the yoga poses that we're doing, if you have any doubts about how to do them correctly, or if you need beginner modifications. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help, and I will absolutely do my best. So basically, let me just list out the poses that we're doing today so you know what's coming up. We're going to start with chair pose and forward fold. That's our first little couplet. These are all going to be split up into little couplets. We're going to go back and forth between chair pose and forward fold for a total of 4 minutes, spending 30 seconds on each pose, back and forth. So you'll start with 30 seconds of chair pose, and then you'll do a forward fold, hold that for 30 seconds, back and forth until we have done that for a total of 4 minutes. There's no rest interval, so as soon as you're finished with that little couplet, you'll move on to the next set of 2 poses. The next set of 2 poses is boat pose and bridge pose. So we're going to come down to the mat, we're going to do a boat pose for 30 seconds. And then with our next 30-second interval, we will do a bridge pose. Back and forth between those 2 poses for 4 minutes. The third couplet is going to be a cobra and then a high plank. Okay, so you're going to do cobra for 30 seconds. Then you come up into a high plank, you'll hold your high plank for 30 seconds. Back and forth for a total of 4 minutes. You guys, I don't know what they're doing over here. It's so loud. I've been waiting for like an hour to even be able to record this video because it's been so loud. So I'm sorry if it's annoying. It's annoying the holy HE double hockey sticks out of me. I'm going to do my best to just kind of talk over it for now. And then once we start the workout, I'm going to do my best to kind of tune it out and just hope that they wrap it up because it's really loud and it's really annoying me. But that is our third little couplet. There's only one more couplet, and that's our fourth couplet. So I know that 4 couplets times 4 minutes for each couplet is 16 minutes. This is a 20-minute workout because this fourth couplet, we're going to do it once on one side for 4 minutes, and then we'll switch and do the other side for 4 minutes, okay? So I'm going to be doing 2 versions of warrior pose. You really can do any 2 versions you want. So for me, I'm going to be going back and forth between peaceful warrior and warrior 3 pose, which I usually like to call a Supergirl. So I'm going to do that on one side for 4 minutes, and then I'll switch and do the other side for 4 minutes. If you don't want to do peaceful warrior, you can do warrior 1, warrior 2, any warrior variation you want is totally fine. So that's it, that's the workout. We're going to be, obviously this is no impact. We're focusing on isometric training and stretching and mobility today. So again, in keeping with the theme this week, no impact, body weight, and yeah, just slowing down the pace a little bit less intense than my normal workouts. But I will be back next week with some more high intensity workouts, and we'll be lifting weights and kind of getting back into the style of workouts that I normally do. But for right now, I just want to go ahead and get right into it because trying to talk over these guys is kind of driving me insane. So at least once we get the workout started, I'll have a distraction. So if you're ready to go ahead and start this workout, grab your yoga mat, take a minute to make sure that you're good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's get started. All right, as soon as you're ready, 30-second intervals times 40 rounds, there's no rest interval. So as soon as I start the timer, we're going to go into our chair pose. So starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So shoulders are back and down. You're going to sit back into your chair pose. This is just like the instructions that I normally go over when we do squats. So you want to start by making sure your shoulders are back and down. So visualize tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. And then you want to push your booty back. Make sure your back stays flat and the weight stays in your heels as you sink down into your chair pose. So it's literally just like you're sitting in a chair. And now we're going to go right into our forward fold for 30 seconds. So make sure there's a slight bend to your knees. Don't lock out your knees. And just kind of let your head fall. I like to imagine that there's a brick hanging from my head, just kind of gently pulling my head down towards the mat and feel that elongation in the back of my legs. Now, if you want to increase the difficulty for your chair pose, you can lift your heels. So I have my arms straight out in front of me just as a counterbalance. My back is flat and the weight is in the balls of my feet. Press the balls of the feet into the mat to stand. And forward fold. So really feel your hamstrings stretching out. Feel your spine elongating. We're just going to hold here for 30 seconds. So that's 1 minute. So we're going to do that twice more. Chair pose. Much easier if you keep your heels flat on the mat. So make the decision that's best for you. If you want to challenge yourself, challenge your balance a little bit more and work your calf muscles and your ankles and your feet a little more, you can lift the heels and do it the way I'm doing it. Forward fold. So that was our third time doing these two exercises or two poses back to back. We're going to go through these once more. And then we'll move on to our next couple. So last time, chair pose. So I have my legs together and I have my knees at not quite a 90-degree angle. My hands are not touching the sides of my legs. They're just extended out to the side. And now our bridge pose. So I'm pressing my heels into the mat, lifting my hips up to the ceiling as high as I can, and I'm squeezing my glute muscles at the top. Pressing the ground away from me with my heels. Now control the movement on the way down. Lift the heels. boat pose and hold. So we're just going back and forth between these two poses for a total of 4 rounds, which is 4 minutes. 30 seconds on each pose. So each time we do both poses back to back is 1 minute. So we're going to do the poses back to back 4 times. So feet down, press the heels into the mat. Lift the hips as high as you can, squeezing the glutes at the top. And breathe. Actively pressing the ground away with your heels. Hips are absolutely as high as you can get them. Control the movement as you lower the hips down. Really feel those glute muscles. Make sure you're keeping your entire core active and make sure your glutes are super fired up right now. Really, really keep those glutes tight and really keep pressing those hips up as high as you can towards the ceiling. Okay, last time. Now Cobra pose. So come down onto your belly. Hands are right next to your shoulders. Tuck the elbows in. Feet are flat on the mat. The tops of your feet are on the mat. Now you're going to press your palms into the mat and lift your torso, lengthening your spine. Make sure that your elbows are tucked in tight. And now I'm coming up to a high plank. You can do elbow plank if you prefer, that's absolutely fine. I just feel like doing high plank. Either one is fine. And you can go back and forth. We're going through these 2 exercises a total of 4 times. So you can alternate between elbow plank and high plank. You can do your first 2 high plank, your second 2 elbow plank. All right, back to Cobra. So tuck those elbows in. Really pressing your elbows into your rib cage. Keeping your elbows bent. You're not trying to straighten your elbows. That's getting into more of an upward facing dog. So you want to make sure the elbows stay bent. And elongate that spine. Make sure that your shoulders and your neck stay relaxed. High plank for 30 seconds. So tighten up those abs. Make sure your hips are lifted nice and high. Your back is flat. Don't allow your hips or your belly to droop down towards the mat. That's going to cause your back to arch. We don't want that. We want a nice flat back. Back to Cobra. Feeling it in the triceps. Breathe through it. Every time you breathe in, visualize sending oxygen to your muscles. High plank or elbow plank if you prefer. So if you're in a high plank with me, make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. You want to actively be pressing the ground away from you with your palms. Shoulders should be away from the ears. Tighten up those abs. All right, last time doing these two exercises back to back, and then we're moving on to warrior. Right into our warrior pose. So stepping the feet apart, lining up this heel with the instep of this other foot. Then this knee. I'm doing peaceful warrior. So I'm extending this arm up overhead. And I'm stretching and lengthening through the side of my body. Now I'm going to step the feet together. Warrior 3 pose. If you can't do warrior 3, you can do another version of warrior pose, it's fine. Warrior 1, warrior 2, anything you want to do is fine. So again, step this foot out, bend the knee, stretch that arm up and over your straight leg. Stretching and lengthening through the side of the body and slowly allowing this hand to inch farther and farther towards the ankle of your straight leg, warrior 3. So you can start with your hands in to your chest like this. It's a bit easier. From here, you can try extending your hands behind you. And for the most difficult variation, you can extend your hands in the opposite direction of your leg. All right, twice more on this side. So stretch and lengthen. Looking up at the ceiling. Trying to make sure that this shoulder is not hyperextended. When I say stretch, I mean stretch through the side of your body, so you want to lengthen here. What leg was I on? I'm confused. I'm on this leg? I don't know. No, I was on this leg. Oh my goodness. That's what I get for trying to, no wait, I think I switched legs. Oh my God. No, this is the leg I was on, I think, I hope. All right, last time. have to repeat that sequence on the other side. So this heel is in line with the instep of this foot. This foot is facing forward. This foot is facing that wall. I'm going to bend this knee. And I'm going to lift this arm up and over, looking up at the ceiling. Now step the feet in. This is my standing leg. So, warrior 3, if you can. So make sure there's just a slight bend in your standing leg. And visualize roots growing out of the bottom of your foot and rooting you to the ground. Step this foot out. Bend the knee. Bring that arm up and over and stretch. Do your best to make sure that your shoulders are not creeping up towards your ears. Step the feet together. Warrior 3. So try it with your hands in close to your chest. When you're ready to increase the difficulty, extend the arms behind you. And if you want to increase the difficulty even more, extend the arms overhead. Okay, twice more. And then we're all done. I know this is a tough sequence. You don't have to do a warrior 3. I know it's hard to hold it for 30 seconds. So stretching and elongating all through this side of the body. Step the feet together. Warrior 3, so you're hinging at the hips and trying to get your torso perfectly perpendicular with that standing leg. So elongating that spine, stretching the fingers to touch the wall in front of you, stretching the toes to touch the wall behind you. And here we go, this is our last time. That's it. That's our 20 minutes. We did it. Good job. Shake it out. I know that last sequence is so hard. Just curious, my heart rate is pretty elevated. You know, I have nothing against cardio. We do a ton of cardio. And you guys know I love adding weight. I love my dumbbells. I love my sandbag. I love my jump rope, but don't sleep on the work, the quality work that you can get done using isometrics, holding different poses, and really working the pose. If you've ever studied yoga and you've seen mountain pose, and it looks like you're just standing there not doing anything, But when you know how to work the pose, you can work up a sweat doing mountain pose. When you really visualize roots growing from the bottom of your feet into the ground, and you really activate all of the muscles in your feet, your legs, your glutes, your core, and you really work the pose, I'm telling you, your heart rate gets elevated. You can literally work up a sweat just doing mountain pose. And if you look at someone doing mountain pose, it looks like they're just standing there. But when you know how to work the pose, it's such a great workout, and you can get so much out of this type of isometric training. So we really were doing strength, mobility, and flexibility today. And my heart rate got pretty elevated, and I was definitely working. My legs were shaking. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but holy cannoli, my legs were literally shaking by the time we got to warrior pose and trying to hold that warrior 3 pose for 30 seconds at a time. So really good job. That was a tough 20 minutes. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete, even if it's just 20 minutes of yoga, until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So when you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, so with that, the workout is now officially complete. I really enjoyed this workout. I found it really challenging, and I also really like taking time to work on some stretching. I like to work on elongating my spine, elongating my muscles, and like I said, I also got my heart rate up and definitely got some good strength training done. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately, and even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. I thought these guys were done for the day. Wishful thinking. I forget where I left off, but thank you for watching the videos, even if you're not doing the workouts. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format, if you have questions about these specific yoga poses that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do them correctly, or if you need help with beginner modifications, please just ask. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is stop the hammering. So if, oh, did it work? The magical secret code phrase of the day. No, it didn't work. All right, never mind. Forget magical. It's just the secret code phrase of the day. So if you are still watching this video, hello. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And now playing. It just keeps getting better and better. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching this disaster of a video by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, stop the hammering. Every time I say it, it seems like it works just a little bit, but only for a few seconds. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.